see Senior Mr. Ambani is representing Madam DG. If kindly you can allow him to speak. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Peter. Ambani, please continue. Mr. Alfred Ambani, may I ask Njeru to please unmute Mr. Alfred Ambani?
Hello.
Yes, welcome, Mr. Ambani.
Okay, thank you, coordinator. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Please proceed.
Yes, I want to thank the participants and CAG for inviting us to this forum. My name is Alfred Ambani, and I am standing in for our Acting Director General, Madam Mercy Wanjau, who, due to some other prior commitments, she's not able to join us on this forum. So I will make remarks on her behalf this morning. I'm delighted to be part of the conversation on media sustainability during and post-COVID-19. We are meeting in an extraordinary and trying times, but as Harry Gordon Selfridge puts it, there are no hard times for good ideas. This meeting comes at an opportune time, and through the deliberations and ideas that will be shared as an industry, we look forward to solutions that will help us navigate the challenges brought by the global COVID-19 pandemic that has fundamentally affected business, livelihoods, and economies in unprecedented ways. Ladies and gentlemen, as you are all aware, the government of Kenya declared COVID-19 a national pandemic on 13th of March 2020. The outbreak of the pandemic has spawned a global health crisis. And this has led to disruption and loss of many lives. In addition, the pandemic has affected virtually all sectors of the economy, including broadcasting, which is one of the sectors that the Communication Authority is regulating. Media, and especially radio and television subsectors, have continued to play a critical role in dissemination of information to the general public. I'm pleased to note that media contribution has positively complemented other government efforts to control the spread of COVID-19 across our beloved country, Kenya. The authority does not take this for granted. To this end, I take this opportunity to commend all broadcasters who have been running the public service announcements on COVID-19 and related information on their platforms for free upon request by the government. And this information has greatly helped the general public to be aware on what measures that they need to take to stay safe from the COVID-19. The announcements, which have largely focused on measures that the public should take to mitigate the spread of the pandemic, which has been classified as a public emergency in this country. This information so shared has helped to enhance continued awareness nationally. The authority would like to thank broadcasters for diligently and consistently disseminating this crucial information. Additionally, the authority has noted an increase in local programming for children on our media platforms. This has ensured that children's educational needs are met following the closure of educational institutions during this pandemic period. The authority appreciates the continued efforts of broadcasters to empower our Kenyan youth and children to study from home. Ladies and gentlemen, the media is facing serious existential challenges that have been made worse by this pandemic, exacting pressure on the bottom line of most media institutions. Prior to the pandemic, the broadcasting industry was already grappling with increasing competition from over-the-top services and new digital TV players. Digitalization has also resulted in audience segmentation, shrinking of advertising revenue, and disruption of traditional media. Unfortunately, COVID-19 has aggravated the situation for not only the media and its survival, but also journalists whose sources of livelihoods are now threatened by the pandemic. In addition, media operations have been increasingly affected by the social distancing requirements that have been put in place during this pandemic period. Therefore, innovative thinking and strategies are required for media sustainability and viability. In the light of the aforementioned challenges, broadcasters sought regulatory support from the authority during this period, including seeking of waivers of regulatory fees. Cognizant of its facilitative role as the sector regulator, the authority was alive to its obligation to create an enabling environment for broadcasters. The board of the Communication Authority therefore moved with speed to recommend 100% waiver of annual operating license fees for all broadcasters. In addition, the management committee of the authority approved a waiver on local content quota requirement during this pandemic period. So meaning that those broadcasters who do not meet the 40% local content quota during this pandemic period will not be penalized because we understand the challenges that are there. It's only during this period. The consideration for the waivers is informed by the serious operational and business challenges that the broadcasting industry has continued to experience during this pandemic period. And as a result, we have noticed a number of broadcasters who have laid off some of their staff because they are struggling to sustain their operations, and some are on half pay and such other measures. The authority has also given 3 months a grace period for broadcasters to remit the outstanding regulatory fees. So they will not, this will give them some relief. As you are aware, the authority is part of the COVID-19 ICT Advisory Committee that was appointed by the Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of ICT, Innovation and Youth Affairs on 21st April 2020 to coordinate ICT-specific responses to the effects of COVID-19 pandemic and beyond in Kenya. The COVID-19 ICT Advisory Committee has invited local innovators to submit applications that seek to mitigate adverse impacts of the pandemic in the country. The committee has considered innovations and ICT applications focusing on impacts of COVID-19 on food, the economy, logistics support, security, and livelihoods. Applicants have been requested to unveil the effect of the pandemic on job creation, quality of life, and the Vision 2030, among others. The winning innovations will receive funding from the authority or other government agencies. I wish to call on the media to submit their innovations by September 2020. I wish at this juncture to reiterate the authorities' commitment towards continued support to the local broadcasting industry to navigate the challenges posed by COVID-19. We consider this support as key in facilitating a vibrant industry that is responsive to the needs of the consumers. I'm also aware that our sister regulatory agency, the Media Council of Kenya, has developed a draft media diversity fund, and I think that has been mentioned by Mr. Omoyo. This fund, once in place, will be useful in sustaining the media sector players during the post-COVID-19 season. The authority is and remains available to engage with all stakeholders in the media industry to ensure a strong and sustainable media. The current challenges call for all players to work together to develop sustainable solutions for our society. I also urge broadcasters and all media players to embrace innovation in order to remain competitive and relevant in today's dynamic broadcasting environment. I thank you for your attention. Thank you. So that's the end of the remarks from CA. Thank you.